to have time to have everybody have like a 20-minute set, you know?
That is very true.
It looks like we got 2 more players coming up to the plate. Bless them. Their 8 a.m. pools making it here on time. Not easy, man. 8 a.m. is not a gamer's normal habitation. Like
you're telling me, man.
Yeah, this is.
I walk over here. Is there coffee? They looked
nuts.
at me as if I'm goofy.
I know.
I was like, oh, now I'm being serious. Oh, it was actually pretty. It's insane because you would think on the East Coast that I'm good, but nah.
No,
I'm actually not.
We're not.
Actually not.
Neither of us, no. And okay, so we got kind of a unique matchup here. We got Olimar against Bayonetta. Bayonetta, of course, one of the most visible characters in the game. But Olimar, one of the characters that just has flown under, like, I don't want to say he's flying under a radar, but he's like, if he's a plane, he's in the cloud. Like, nobody sees him. He's just...
I guess the buzz. Shuton.
Yeah, DeBuzz has had some, you know, a couple years ago, he would use him a ton as a secondary. Shuton, obviously, you know, a top-level player, but Olimar, really compared at least to his Brawl iteration, has seen so much less play just because he got changed so much, you know?
Right. I mean, it's quite unfortunate now with this matchup in particular, Coney. Olimar is going to be forced to stay a lot more grounded, and he's going to have to watch out with the constant hitbox that his Pikmin throws out, and Witch Time. Because, you know, if you are within a certain radius of Bayonetta, that Witch Time is going to come out, and you just made yourself vulnerable to the highest extent. Because Olimar, obviously, not the heaviest character, actually, way more on the lighter side. And Olimar is going to be losing his stocks relatively earlier than Bayonetta.
Yeah, and that's a really interesting point, because Olimar is one of their favorite damage-racking strategies is if they have the white poison Pikmin, they'll throw it on their opponent and just run away, let it get free damage. If the Bayonetta has that on her, she'll chase after you, but she won't try to hit you. She'll just try to get close enough so she can pop the Witch Time, get hit by the Pikmin, and then you're in a really bad spot. So that's a really interesting point. I'm interested to see how that works out here.
Getting all these button warmers. Again, you were talking about it, that line. If I had to wait that line, I would be going through a bunch of button warmers myself.
I was going to say, poor guy. I would have like a 30-minute long button warmer.
So, funny enough that it's Drystan and Jabe. I've played Jabe myself. Drystan, though, I just finished commentating an STL tournament the other day for charity, and Drystan is #1 in STL.
Wow,
and every time Drystan goes out of region, he always places within the top 4, according to Hanukkah, from that region. So, Drystan is on the come-up as a Bayonetta player. And Jabe, though, not alien to this matchup either. He's a pretty good Olimar, and he applies a good amount of pressure, I want to say. But again, we were talking about how difficult this matchup could be for him if he's not careful. Gets the pivot grab there. Try to go for a back air, it seems.
Yeah, right now it just seems like he's struggling to really find his tempo. And being able to apply a good amount of pressure is great, but against Bayonetta, she can just run you over like a bulldozer, and it looks like that's what's happening right here. But meanwhile, like, despite all these hits that Drystan has been able to get, Jabe is still somehow in the lead, just making his spots count a little bit more, I guess.
Ooh, avoiding. Oh my goodness, that was such a smart recovery coming from Jabe. He had to toss a Pikmin to be able to make it on the other side of the ledge on purpose to avoid Drystan kind of trying to hit him with the Nair and stage spike him.
So I'm trying to go for the down throw into the reverse back air. Gonna take him off the top, and that's gonna do it. There's the up air after all the witch twist. Right now, Jabe playing from behind just a bit.
He was doing a really good job, Jabe, that is, at staying grounded and not trying to overextend. But in that instant, when he got caught in that witch twist, that was going to be his first stock. As you see right here, he's playing extremely patient, Coney.
Yeah, he's got to find his spot. He can't go crazy because that's what Bayonetta wants. Yeah, stuff like this. Just getting her free, you know, 40%
oh my
hits.
Goodness.
Going to keep it up.
Taking already 40% off of that one witch twist, but it's just going to be no, not yet, not yet. Jabe was able to SDI out of that, instead going for the ledge invincibility, but all this pressure that Drystan is putting on Jabe is immense, and that all started with a down tilt too, but the up air retaliating back coming from Jabe.
Yeah, he's finally able to sneak that in there, just really found an opening in Drystan's string. He was able to get a little bit of damage. There's a little bit of a grab combo from Olimar, 30%, but unfortunately falling to another witch twist. And he's taking a lot more percent just there. It seems like Drystan's just throwing it out there. Just, hey, you going to get picked up by this? All right, cool.
Just up B already. And with that being said, the up B allowing him to extend to an up air.
A lot
the
of
amount
up
of
moves.
pressure. It's just the amount of pressure that Bayonetta applies on you, especially if you're playing a character like Olimar. I honestly would say Jabe didn't really do much wrong in that set. He played extremely patient, stayed grounded, was not trying to overextend, and the one time he did, he actually managed to take the Drystan stock. But in the instance of getting carried up by Witch Twist, he was unable to get out of the Witch Twist as often. We saw him get out maybe once, and unfortunately he took over 40% out of one down tilt at some point.
Yeah, might be an SDI thing. Might need to work on that just so he's able to pop out a little bit more. And Olimar's a tiny character, so it's not especially hard to get out of that, but I'm not sure if it's that or maybe Drystan's strings were just, that tight. But here we go into the next game. Smashville once more. No change in terms of counter pick, so we're just going to go right back and see if Jabe can make the adjustments to make it happen.
Here's the runaway plan that we see from Jabe. Getting the grab. Try to get an extension with that from the back air, but he isn't going to get it. Nice punish on the down smash.
Yeah, it seems like he's keeping his feet on, more firmly planted. Drystan's going for a ton of special moves, so he's just constantly throwing out these hitboxes and attacks, and Jabe is just like, all right, I'm going to sit here and just put up this wall, and you deal with it. And there it is right there.
He actually caught Drystan's roll in that instant. Bayonetta's roll not being the best roll that, in the game, and he was able to capitalize off of that punish.
Yeah, beautiful stuff right now. Again, he's playing so far back. I think he's trying to frustrate him, but he's going to go all the way to the top. And just like that, all that hard work.
And it's the Witch Twist, man. You were talking about Drystan was taking out, using a lot of specials in that instant. I mean, he is playing Bayonetta, so he's able to use all these specials all to his free will. But not just that, Jabe had 2 purple Pikmin lined up before he had lost his stock, so that was actually his opportunity to take the lead relatively large.
Yeah. And there it is. We talked about that before, the Witch Time. Just using it when the Pikmin's hitting you. It looked like Jabe was wise to it, though, because he used the whistle to pull the Pikmin back to him. Very smart. A lot of nuance from that play.
Manages to stay off stage. Look how he's not trying to overextend, not trying to go towards Drystan, but at the same time, he is off stage, and Drystan has stage control, so he is going to have to make it back eventually.
Yeah, I think that he's realizing that Drystan is less effective if you're talking if I'm on the platform and you have to come to me, you don't have Witch Twist, and that seems like Drystan's #1 thing.
Right.
So you can't use the Witch Twist under me. You can ABK, you can afterburner kick, but it's a different, sort of game plan that Jabe is ready for, I think. Right now, 104% Drystan getting in that super high percent against Olimar. The purple is on lock.
Oh, he got rid of the red
Yeah.
Pikmin on purpose, just in case it was going to catch Drystan's jump, and now able to pull out another Pikmin.
Yeah, so, all right, so the grab, the blue one's super good in terms of grabs.
Yeah.
Purple, of course, much more knockback. You can see it right there. There's the back air. I think it does, the tooltip just said it. It does 1.4% more knockback, which is nuts.
Yeah, that's what I was saying earlier. When he had first lost his stock, he had the perfect lineup prior. I mean, not the perfect lineup, but he did have 2 purple. I believe it was 1 white. If he had the 2 purple, blue, that's also a scary situation because you were talking about how blue is for grabs.
Yep.
And when Olimar has the blue Pikmin and you're at a high percent, it's kind of scary. It's a lot of pressure, especially with Bayonetta, who she's forced to land after a certain point after using and burning out all her specials.
That's true, yeah. Bayonetta having so much lag if she lands after using all of her special moves. But here we are on Lilat for this next one. Bayonetta, of course, loving this stage. We see a lot of Bayonettas go here for a counter pick, so I'm sure Jabe isn't too surprised.
Oh, but same thing, he's going to be able to use these platforms as well to cover himself and apply a good amount of pressure from below these platforms. Again, though, Bayonettas love this stage. They're able to use the tilts to their advantage in terms of using bullet arts and applying a lot of pressure that way.
Yeah, but you're right in terms of him just sitting under the platforms, really taking control of the stage. Jabe is doing a very good job. He's taking a lot more hits now. I think he's got to reset, really take a deep breath or stuff like this is going to keep happening to him.
Drystan assumed right there that Jabe was going to try to contest him with a down air, so that's why he tried to go for the Witch Time.
Yeah, some players just always try to throw out an aggressive option on their way down, but Jabe, kind of wise to it, doesn't go crazy there.
Oh my goodness, the first fair into forward smash. It's not going to get it, but the amount of pressure that Drystan's putting on, he manages to land the back air and take out Jabe's first stock.
So Jabe struggling right here. He's got his opponent at 99%, so if he can make something happen, then he'll be okay, but it's going to be really tough to land this killing blow. Olimar, despite all of his kill power in certain situations, is not that great at killing, just from a neutral standpoint.
That was such a scary situation. The amount of pressure that Drystan put on the blast zone there by the ceiling. But Jabe was able to manage to escape and land on the platform safely to reset his neutral. Now there's the up air.
Yeah, but unfortunately it was just from a blue, so nothing's going to come out of that. He has the white again, but you don't really want to use the white at this percent because it racks up a ton of percent, but you don't really need that. You need these purples, and that's why you see he's got them. There you go.
And there's the setup we were talking about earlier, too. The double purple into blue Pikmin.
Man, I love the Pikmin. Olimar's my favorite Nintendo character. I love these guys. These are the best. All right, so right now 52% on Jabe. Not too far behind considering how behind he was earlier. So I think he's more comfortable, but he's got this setup of 2 purples and a blue. I feel like he wants to do more damage. I don't know if he wants to knock him away as much with these high knockback Pikmin, but he could be trying to disrupt them. As you can see, those purples go through her moves, so maybe that's what he's going for.
And this is the bullet arch we were talking about earlier on Lilat. The amount of pressure that Drystan could put on Jabe with just the tilt of Lilat is really scary. This is one of her best stages.
Yeah.
He did lose the other purple and blue Pikmin now, though. So he is going to be going for that, racking that percentage that you were mentioning earlier.
Yeah. Looks like he's got an optimal setup for that. There we go. Down throw from the red into the yellow. And right now, pretty much dead even between these guys. Jabe has really slowed it down a lot as we come to about 3 minutes on the set.
Yeah, he's going to have to watch out for witch time at this percent as well. Does not want to get carried to the top, as we've been seeing Drystan's really good at confirming these ceiling kills.
You can see him, he's not chasing. He hits Drystan into the air, and he stays. And he's just like, I'm going to chill right here. You have to come to me. I've got my little fort set up.
Not just that, but Jabe also has a lead, so at this point, he has no reason to overextend as well.
Right. Blue Pikmin is live. He's going to try to get that grab, but it's not going to happen.
Oh, my goodness,
no.
That back here, Olimar, it being light is a very scary situation. Oh, my goodness, the amount of pressure that Drystan is putting on Jabe. Manages to make it back onto the stage safely.
Yeah, just barely. And he had 3 Pikmin, so he was super slow. But he was able to make it back. Very smart by him, not throwing out any Pikmin.
Oh,
and
my
charges the down smash for the witch time. Excellent read by Jabe, just waiting for him to come down. And he takes the set with it.
That was one of probably the best patient plays that I have seen from a player in a while. Jabe staying grounded that entire time, did not lose his cool, regardless of him having the lead, did not overextend, and he knew it. He knew that the witch time was coming. We called it. He's going to look for it.
Yeah.
We know that Olimar's light. Drystan threw out like 5 back airs in, I want to say, 10 seconds.
Yeah.
In that instance, to try to apply so much pressure, and Jabe staying cool, staying grounded, was able to punish that witch time with a down smash.
That's so risky, too, because like you said, he was throwing out so many back airs. And if he threw out a back air, if he just did a down air, just out of nowhere, just like, all right, I'm ending this. it might have killed him because the charge, when you're charging a smash, you take a little bit more knockback. So that was so risky for him to go for, but good stuff to him. He just smelled it out. And honestly, Drystan wasn't doing, like, a crazy amount of witch time. He was doing it.
He was waiting. He was waiting. There was a time where we saw him trying to do it when he assumed that Jabe was going to go for a down air.
Right.
When he was contesting him up by the ceiling, so that way he could finish the witch twist into up air confirm on the ceiling, but he didn't do so. And we saw him doing it a few times, but you know that you're going to hold on to that tool if it's going to be the finisher of